in the gravel, tears like rain. Behind that old stone wall, hiding from the pain. The church bells rang above me, calling out my name. But I was too ashamed to answer, too ashamed. My knees were bleeding dirt, my hands were balled up tight. I prayed for God to take me in the middle of the night. And then I heard his footsteps on the ground so bare. He knelt down in the gravel, found me weeping there. God found me crying behind the old church wall.
Old church wall.
Not in the sanctuary where the righteous stand so tall.
Right stand so tall.
He found me in my weakness, found me in my fall. God found me crying behind the old church wall. He didn't speak in thunder, didn't shake the ground. He just sat there in the silence, in that holy sound of two broken things together in the fading light. A sinner and his Savior in the cold church night. Now I walk that road again when darkness comes around, and I remember how his mercy found me in the ground, behind that old stone wall where nobody could see. That's the day that God came down and set this captive free. God found me crying behind the old church wall.
Old church wall.
When I had nothing left, when I had lost it all.
Lost it so tall.
In the dust and in the ashes, he answered to my call. God found me crying behind the old church wall. And if you're broken somewhere, bleeding in the dust, don't wait for perfect moments or a church you think you must. He'll find you where you're hiding, in the dark and in the cold. God's been searching for the lost since the world was young and old. God found me crying behind the old church wall.
Old church wall.
When I had nothing left, when I had lost it all.
My head so tall.
In the dust and in the ashes, he answered to my call. God found me crying behind the old church wall. My shadow stretched across the floor one morning long and thin, and I swear I saw it kneeling down, confessing all my sin. I was laughing at the thought, but then I understood that my shadow knew the truth before my heart ever could. It had followed me through every bar and every stolen night, every lie I told a woman, every wrong I swore was right. And it fell down on its knees before I even tried. My shadow learned to pray before I learned to cry. before I did. It knew the name of grace before I hid. Everything I buried deep, everything I kept, my shadow found its way to Jesus while I slept. So I followed where my shadow led me to that place where the broken men were kneeling in the light of God's grace. And I got down on my knees right there beside the wall, and I learned what my shadow knew before the fall. Now we pray together, me and my shadow, every day. It guides me toward the light. It shows me the way. The part of me I couldn't see has finally made me whole. My shadow learned to pray, and it brought me back my soul. My shadow learned to pray before I did. It held my secrets, watched the life I live. Now it stands beside me in the morning sun. My shadow and I pray is one. Sometimes the darkest parts of us are closer to the light. Sometimes what we run from knows the way to make things right. I buried all my sins down by the river's edge, dug a hole so deep I made a devil's pledge. I thought the river mud would wash them clean away, but the wind brought them back to me one autumn day. They came like dust across the fields and through the trees. Every lie I told, every heart I left to freeze. And they swirled around my feet like ghosts I couldn't shake. The wind returned the sins I thought the earth could take. When the wind returned the sins I buried, I realized I couldn't run no more. All the things I thought were gone and buried came back knocking at my door. The wind don't care for secrets, don't respect the grave. It carries truth through darkness, it don't let you behave. Like the past is something over, like it's dust you left behind. wind returned my sins until I changed my mind. So I stopped running from them, stopped digging holes so deep. I faced them in the daylight, let myself weep. And I took them to the altar, laid them at his feet. And the wind that brought them back became the wind that made me sweet. When the wind returned the sins I buried, I found the only way to be set free was to stop the fight and face the fury, and let God's grace flow through me. Oh. What we hide, it speaks the truth we fear. Thank God for winds that blow until we finally hear. I was walking through the darkness, had no place to go. My feet were bleeding leather, my spirit cold as snow. And at the edge of everything, where the night surrenders slow, the cross was standing waiting in that last place I could know. I didn't know how it got there, standing tall and stark, made of wood that seemed to glow up from the dark. But I knew without a question that it had been waiting long for a broken man like me to finally come along. Then a cross waited for me at the edge of the night. Before I even knew I needed light, it stood there patient, steady, strong and true. The cross waited for me, it had been waiting for you. I fell down at the bottom of that wooden frame, and I spoke the only prayer I knew, His name. And the cross didn't judge me, didn't turn away. It just held me in the darkness till the break of day. Now I carry that cross with me everywhere I roam, not as burden but as proof I finally got home. In every shadow, every storm, every doubt I feel, I remember that cross waiting. And I know it's real, a cross waited for me at the edge of the night. Before I found my way, before my sight, and it's waiting still for every soul that's lost. A cross waited for me, it paid the cost. At the edge of the night, where hope goes to die, that's where a cross stands, reaching for the sky. I had a voice once, strong and full of sound. Used it to seduce and lie to every soul around. But the river took that voice one cold November night. I waded in that water and I gave up the fight. My voice came loose like chains breaking from my chest. It drifted down the current, going off to rest. And I stood there voiceless, silent as the grave, until the river taught me what it means to pray. I left my broken voice in the riverbed, left all the poison words that I had said, and I walked out of that water, stripped bare and thin, waiting for the Holy Ghost to speak within. For 7 months I didn't speak a single word. The silence was a symphony, the sweetest thing I heard. In that silence God was speaking louder than before, teaching me a language I had never known before. Now when I speak, it's with a voice that ain't my own. It's the voice of God that uses me to atone for every lie that came out of my broken throat. Now His truth flows through me like a sacred note. I left my broken voice in the riverbed. I left the man I was, I left him dead. And from that water rose a voice that's pure and true, the voice of God now speaking out through you. Sometimes you gotta lose your voice to find the one that's real. Sometimes you gotta break to finally heal. I was driving down a highway, didn't know where I was bound. My secrets were so heavy, nearly dragged me to the ground. But that road just kept on rolling, mile after endless mile, and it held my deepest darkness without judgment, without trial. I told that road my murders, told it of my shame, told it every person that I hurt, every life I claimed. The asphalt didn't flinch back, didn't turn me away. The road held my secrets till I found a place to pray. The road held my secrets when I couldn't hold them in. It carried all my burdens, all my shame and sin. Mile after lonely mile, it never asked me why. The road held my secrets under endless sky. There's a healing in the traveling, in the endless stretch ahead, in the miles between your yesterday and where you're going instead. The road don't care who you were, what you've done, or where you've been. It just carries you towards something like forgiveness. Now I'm still out on that highway, but I'm heading toward the light. The road still holds my secrets, but they're fading in the night. And I'm trading all those miles for a moment at his feet, where all my sins are swallowed up and my redemption sweet. The railroad held my secrets when I couldn't bear the weight. It drove me toward salvation, it changed my broken fate. And if you're out there driving, carrying ghosts inside, trust that road beneath you, let it be your guide. The road knows where you've been and where you're going to. The road will hold your secrets till God sees you through. I was sitting in the desert, nothing left to lose. My bones were bleeding sunlight, my soul was black as bruise. And I didn't pray for angels, didn't ask for anything. I just sat there in that dust and waited for the end to bring. But something sat down next to me. Though I was all alone, I could feel it in the silence, in my very bone. It was warm against the coldness of that wasteland all around. And I knew without a question, heaven had sat down. Heaven sat with me in the cold dust, not to judge me, not to fuss, just to let me know I wasn't forgotten. Heaven sat with me though everything had rotten. We didn't speak in words, we spoke in something more. In the space between the breathing, in the desert's ancient roar. And I felt the weight lift slowly from my shoulders down. Heaven sat with me till I could face the ground. Now I carry that dust with me, that sacred desert sand. And I know that heaven's always just a breath away at hand. When you're broken and you're bleeding and you think you're all alone, heaven will sit with you. You're never far from home. Heaven sat with me in the cold dust, in my lowest place, in my deepest trust. And it changed me like a prophet in the wild. Heaven sat with me, I'm heaven's child. In the places where we suffer, in the places we despair, that's where heaven finds us. Heaven's always there. Heaven sat with me in the cold dust, in my lowest place, in my deepest trust. And it changed me like a prophet in the wild. Heaven sat with me, I'm heaven's child. In the places where we suffer, in the places we despair, that's where heaven finds us. Heaven's always there. My mouth had been a liar for so many years, speaking false comfort, drowning out my fears. But one night by the fire, something shifted in my chest. My heart spoke up before my brain could make its best request. It said the things I couldn't, it broke the chains I'd made. It spoke the truth about the man that I had strayed. My lips went white, my hands began to shake, but my heart was finally speaking for my broken soul's sake. The night my heart spoke the truth first, I was quenched of my deepest thirst. All the lies came crashing down when my heart spoke truth, and I finally drowned. I confessed to everyone I'd ever hurt. I fell down on my knees in the cold dirt, and the words that came out weren't mine, they were his. My heart was speaking mercy like a healing kiss. Now I listen to my heart before I open up my mouth, 'cause I learned that night the truth flows from the south, from the deepest place within us where the Holy Spirit dwells. That's where real truth comes from, that's where grace compels. The night my heart spoke the truth first, I found the grace that I had thirsted, and I've never been the same since that night when my heart spoke truth and brought me to the light. Listen to your heart when it's pounding in your chest. That's where God speaks loudest, that's His test. Now my heart spoke the truth first, the night my heart spoke the truth first, when my heart spoke truth and brought me to the light. Listen to your heart when it's pounding in your chest. That's where God speaks loudest. That's his test. I was standing in the chapel, hand shaking like a leaf, trying to find the words to bring myself relief. But my throat was closed up, couldn't speak a single sound, till a hymn came through my fingertips and trembled on the ground. My hands began to move like they had minds of their own, playing melodies I'd never learned, melodies unknown. And the hymn came pouring out through my trembling, broken hands, like God himself was playing through the wreckage where I stand. A hymn trembled through my shaking hands when my voice couldn't say what was planned. God spoke through my fingers, through my fear. A hymn trembled and I finally could hear. The music was a prayer that my lips could never say. It was healing in the harmony, it washed my sins away. Every note was like a promise, every chord a name. A hymn trembled through my hands and changed me all the same. Now when words fail me and I'm standing at the wall, I remember that my hands can speak when I can't speak at all. There's a language underneath our broken human voice, and God uses trembling hands to give us back our choice. Oh, hymn trembled through my shaking hands, spoke what my broken heart demands, and in that moment I was finally free. A hymn trembled and God set me free. Your hands know how to pray when your lips have forgotten. Let them tremble, let them speak the truth that's been begotten. I spent years running from the dark, running towards the light, but I was blind until the darkness came and held me tight. In that black and endless void where I couldn't see ahead, I learned the name of grace from the God of all the dead. Darkness didn't crush me like I thought it would. It held me like a mother, like a dark and holy good. And in that deepest night, I heard the sweetest voice whispering a name that gave my soul its choice. The dark taught me the name of grace. When I thought I lost my way and place, in the black and in the cold, that's where grace's truth was told. I learned that grace ain't light, it's something deeper still. It's God's love in the darkness, it's His sovereign will to find us where we're lost and to name us with His care. The dark taught me that grace is something we can share. Now I'm not afraid of darkness like I was before, 'cause I know that God is waiting just behind that door. And if you're in the dark right now, don't be afraid to stay, 'cause that's where grace will find you and will show you the way. The dark taught me the name of grace, taught me I would find my place in the spaces we can't see. That's where grace sets the captive free. Darkness is a teacher if you let it speak. Grace is strongest in the places we feel kissed and me. Kissed and me. I had failed at everything I'd ever tried to do. My marriage is my children, my promises weren't true. I'd built a life on promises I couldn't keep, and I was drowning in the failures, running way too deep. I sat down by the roadside, gave up on the fight. I was ready to surrender to the endless night. But when I turned around, I saw a figure standing there. It was God beside my failures, answering my prayer. I found God waiting beside my failures, not above them, not denying them. Right there in the wreckage of my life, God was waiting beside my failures. He didn't say I'd wasted all these years I'd lived. He didn't judge me for the damage or what I hadn't given. He just sat down beside me in the dust and broken stone and said, I've been here all along, you were never alone. Now I understand that failure is the only way that we learn to lean on something strong enough to stay. And God don't wait for winners, God don't wait for the strong. He's waiting by your failures to bring you back home. I found God waiting beside my failure, of who I tried to be. And he turned those failures into restoration. And he set this broken captive free. Your failures are not the end of your story. They're the beginning of God's true glory. I buried all my secrets in the safest place I knew, deep beneath the floorboards where no eye could ever view. But the storm came with a fury that no man could withstand, and it tore right through my hiding place and dragged truth out to land. The wind was like the voice of God tearing through the roof. It exposed every darkness, every lie, every proof that I couldn't hide forever, that a storm would come one day and tear apart the walls I'd built to keep myself away. The storm found what I tried to hide, all the secrets burning deep inside. And I stood there naked, stripped down to my core. The storm found what I'd buried, couldn't hide no more. But the storm didn't destroy me, it was mercy in disguise. It was God tearing away the things I'd used to compromise. And when the storm had passed and all the dust began to clear, I was standing in the wreckage, but I finally could hear. Though I don't hide no secrets, I don't bury pain, I let my heart be open to the sun and to the rain. 'Cause I learned from that storm that the truth will always win. God uses storms to tear down the walls we live within. The storm found what I tried to hide. It broke me open, broke my pride. And in that breaking I was finally whole. The storm found what I'd hidden, and it saved my soul. Thank God for storms that tear away the lies. Thank God for tempests that open up our eyes. The storm found what I tried to hide. It broke me open, broke my pride. And in that breaking, I was finally whole. The storm found what I'd hidden, and it saved my soul. Thank God for storms that tear away the lies. Thank God for tempests that open up our eyes. burned everything I was to the ground that day. All my pride, all my schemes, all my games. I stood in the ashes of who I'd been before. A man so broken he couldn't stand no more. And from that pile of ashes something started to rise. It wasn't breath, it wasn't smoke before my eyes. It was a prayer, simple, raw, and true. The prayer rose from the ashes like a bird breaking through. A prayer rose from the ashes of who I was, not to God on high, but God in the dust. The prayer of a man with nothing left to lose. The prayer rose from the ashes, and I finally could choose. That prayer didn't ask for mercy, didn't ask for grace. It just said, here I am in this wasted place. Take me as I am, take these broken bones, use me, remake me, bring me back home. And God answered with a fire different than before. Not one that burned, but one that opened every door. He remade me from the ashes with a purpose and a need to, and every block of walls I built to keep myself away. The storm found what I tried to hide, all the secrets burning deep inside. And I stood there naked, stripped down to my core. The storm found what I buried, couldn't hide no more. But the storm didn't destroy me, it was mercy in disguise. It was God tearing away the things I'd used to compromise. And when the storm had passed and all the dust began to clear, I was standing in the wreckage, but I finally could hear. Now I don't hide no secrets, I don't bury pain. I let my heart be open to the sun and to the rain. 'Cause I learned from that storm that the truth will always win. And God uses storms to tear down the walls we live within. Oh, the storm found what I tried to hide. It broke me open, broke my pride. And in that breaking, I was finally whole. The storm found what I'd hidden, and it saved my soul. The storm found what I tried, and all the secrets burning deep inside. And in that breaking, I was finally whole. The storm found what I'd hidden, and it saved my soul. Thank God for storms that tear away the lies. Thank God for tempests that open up our eyes.